World Entertainment. And of course, 2024 is now officially finished. It's gone, it's past. And it was a very interesting year for the movies. There was some good, some bad, some we were very much expecting, oh, that's not going to work. And sure enough, that's how it happened. The end of the year, the box office seemed to pick up a bit, which it's understandable with some of the movies. Some of them you're kind of going, that's weird. But of course, we now have 2025 to look forward to, and exactly what is coming out. Well, we're going to take a look at what's coming out and what we can expect, because some of it's weird, some of it we know already, and a lot of it is kind of like, oh yeah, that's coming out, isn't it? So just before we do have a look at this list, now that it's a brand new year, I would like to ask, yes, you know what's about to happen, hit the sub button, the like button, the share button, the bell button, all the buttons, because it really is helping the channel grow. We hit 2,000 subs before New Year's came in, which was fantastic, and let's just keep it going. So with that, let's dive into this, shall we, and have a look at what we can expect this year, because first up, in theaters, January 17th, is Wolfman. So that's going to be the first kind of, I suppose, big-ish movie to come out. I know there's a lot of people still quite concerned about that movie, but it's still coming out on the big screen. And on the same day, however, coming to Netflix is the Jamie Foxx Cameron Diaz movie Back in Action. This is the movie, of course, that has taken quite a while for them to finish because Jamie Foxx had that medical emergency happening when they were making this, and it kind of got delayed, but that's coming. Then there's a movie coming to Prime Video called You're Cordially Invited, which has Will Ferrell in it. I'm not quite sure what that movie is. I've never heard of it. I didn't know it was happening, but that's coming to Prime. But then we get into February and we get to the big stuff. Because first up, on Valentine's Day, looks like Disney are trying to recapture what they did with certain other movies and saw what other movies did, such as Deadpool, because they've decided that's the perfect day to release Captain America Brave New World. Yeah, that's dropping on Valentine's Day, so if you're looking to, I suppose, get dumped by your significant other, I suggest bringing them for that movie, because we have no doubt that that's going to be a stinker. It also needs to hit $1 billion to break even, so ugh. Next up, I knew they were making this. I didn't know it was going to be for streaming, because on the same day, Bridget Jones' Diary is being released. Yes, the brand new one called Bridget Jones Mad About the Boy, which is going to be on Peacock. I'm actually quite surprised that that's going direct to streaming. I thought they would tempt fate and throw that into the cinemas. Clearly not. I'm pretty sure the other ones did quite well enough to warrant them to continue it on the big screen, but for some reason it's going direct to streaming. Apple TV as well on the same day has something called The Gorge. No idea what that is. Don't think I've heard of it. Has Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy in it, so yeah, whatever. Then we get to the next, I suppose, is it big? I don't know, I've never heard of it, but it's in theaters on the 28th. The Legend of Ochi, or Ochi. Some sort of animated movie. I think it's animated. And it's some sort of fantasy film from A24. So it's different, I suppose. It doesn't look like anything that A24 normally puts out, but there you go. The next one is the Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan movie called Sinners. Now, I think this is about vampires. It's either vampires or zombies. I think it's vampires. And I believe Michael B. Jordan is playing twin brothers in the movie as well. So that's on its way in March. Then there's another Netflix movie coming in March, which is called The Electric State. And this movie has Chris Pratt, Millie Bobby Brown, and Short Round. He's in it. I've heard of the movie. I haven't seen trailers out for it. I think there is a trailer out there, but I haven't seen trailers for it. But that's on its way. Then we get the next big one that's going to come out. And when we say big one, I think we should really be saying big one to fail, because no doubt it's going to fail. It is none other than Snow White. Yes, the disaster that is and will be hits March 21st. And much like Captain America, it also needs to smash $1 billion to break even. And judging by everything that happens with the trailers and clips and everything else they're putting out, yeah, it's doomed. This next movie, which arrives in April, is probably also doomed, but there might be enough fan bases of the game to actually boost this thing to be a success, which is mind-blowing when you saw the trailer stuff. It is, of course, the Minecraft movie. So that is arriving on April 4th. I can't believe this thing is real, but it is, and it's coming. April as well sees the Robert Pattinson movie Mickey 17, which is some sort of sci-fi movie. I'm not 100% what it's about. I think there's a trailer for that out as well. Again, I haven't seen that trailer. But then we're into the next massive one, which of course hits in May, and it's Thunderbolts. And we're probably looking at yet another failure, because who's asking for the Thunderbolts? Don't know, but that's on its way. Then there is a bunch of other movies that we're going to kind of skip over, because they're just like movies that are going to be like the smaller kind of ones, so we're not really interested in those. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning hits theaters May 23rd of 2025. So I wonder, will this one do better than the last one? The last one unfortunately didn't break even and actually failed. It was received fairly well, it had a lot to live up to after Fallout, but this one is still on its way, the second part basically for Dead Reckoning. And after that, in June, Ballerina hits, a John Wick story, the spin-off with Ana de Armas, which I liked the trailer. I thought the trailer was decent, definitely makes me want to check that movie out. There's interest there. The next one, which is from Disney Pixar, is ELO, I think is how you say it. I have no idea what it is. It's an animated movie, obviously, but I've never heard of it. I don't know if there's a trailer out for it. I just don't know. But that's meant to be coming out, and features the likes of Zoe Saldana and other people, America Ferrera and stuff, so yippee. Then, of course, right after that, we land with How to Train Your Dragon live action. That hits the big screen. And it's one of these other ones that's going to be a bit confusing, because it's live action, but at the same time it's not, because the dragon isn't going to be real. The next big one, and this is meant to be possibly one of the most expensive movies ever made, is Brad Pitt's F1. That hits in June as well. Then we hit July, and July is going to be the massive month. Now, there is one movie in here, and I'm pretty sure it's going to move. Mightn't, but I'm sticking with I feel like it's going to move. But the first movie to arrive, 2nd of July, is Jurassic World Rebirth. So the new entry, which is essentially Jurassic World 4, all in all Jurassic 7 I think it is, arrives with Scarlett Johansson. Then of course the biggest movie probably of the year, in terms of superhero movies anyway, is none other than Superman on July 11th. We'll have to wait and see exactly what we get with this movie. The next trailer will be very important, to say the least. This next movie, now, it doesn't release too close to Superman, but I still think Superman might just have too much hold that they might get nervous and think, we might need to move this, is of course Fantastic Four: The First Steps, which hits on July 25th. So I think Disney are going to move that. I don't see them wanting to go up against Superman, but who knows. And then on August, Freakier Friday, the sequel to Freaky Friday, hits, which I really don't know if there's much interest in that. There's probably some, but who knows. This next one, it's weird because the last movie failed and people still want this one, and for some reason they've actually made it, is none other than Tron Ares. I think it's Ares, which hits in October. So there's quite a jump from July with the likes of Fantastic Four, one major movie for August, and we're straight into October with Tron. We also get the Black Phone 2 in October, which was the Ethan Hawke movie that I think it was a horror movie. Then in November, we get Predator Badlands. Now, there are 2 Predator movies coming out this year. One is an animated movie, which isn't on the list, but I'm not sure whether that one's meant to come out in the cinema. I'm pretty sure it is, but it's an animated one. Badlands. Now, everyone's thinking Badlands is the sequel to Prey, and it's not. It has nothing to do with Prey. Neither does the animated one. What this is it's set in the future, set on a different world. Ella Fanning is the lead in this one, and she's playing twin sisters. That's what this movie is. It is not a sequel to Prey. Then we get what will no doubt be one of the biggest movies in terms of earning. Maybe the last one did well enough, but actually slowed down and pretty much stopped at the box office and now seems to be struggling, is of course the sequel to Wicked, called Wicked for Good. What a weird name, but that comes out on November 21st. So get your singing pants on for that one, I suppose. Then we get another sequel, Zootopia 2, which hits in November 26th of this year. And then we get what will no doubt be probably the biggest movie of the year, and it'll probably smash every record and end up being like a $3 or $4 billion earning movie. It is none other than Avatar: Fire and Ash, which will hit theaters December 19th of 2025, which of course is Avatar 3. And of course, everyone's going, we don't know what this movie's going to do. Will it earn? Will it not? And the same thing was asked about Avatar 2, The Way of Water. Nobody was expecting it to redo what the first movie did box office wise, and it didn't just do what the first movie did, it surpassed it. This movie's probably going to do the exact same thing, and a first trailer for this one will be quite telling for what people want to see. I think it will be fairly different to what we've gotten before, if what we go with what James Cameron has been talking about has anything to do with it. So there you go, folks. There is your main lineup for the 2025 movies. Now, there are some movies in there that didn't get mentioned for some reason. Like, as I said, they're mentioning smaller movies, which is weird, but they left out the likes of Mortal Kombat 2, which should be coming out this year. The SpongeBob movie. Yes, there is a new SpongeBob movie meant to be coming out this year, and I'm sure there's a couple of others. But there is the main list anyway that they have out. So let us know which one you're interested in seeing, if any of them. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.